This hangout is finally on air. It's live. I'm sorry about that. I don't even know what happened. Bad internet or something. We're a little late. So it's Alicia String here, always empowering success dreams. Here, maybe I can hear my partner here. I've got a guest. I'm so excited. I've got Gary over here. Gary, introduce yourself over there.
What's up, everybody? Like she said, my name is Gary Stewart. I'm a big dreamer, looks like, huh? Uh, but yeah, I love coming on
Right.
and sharing, getting on webinars with Alicia. She's great. She's a very good leader. Very smart. She knows what she's doing. But I won't ramble too much. I'm gonna let you get this thing rocking, Alicia. Excited to be here.
I'm excited. I love your classes. We're dreaming night because that's where we have to find our inspiration. What allows people to quit, and then you look and see, what forces people to say, look, it's time for me to step away. I need a break. And they're not really like quitting. They're really like quitting in the moment, and have to learn like reassess themselves and figure out some things to kind of come back and figure out either their why they made, why they're quitting, or where they're going, and what direction they want to move. And that's what I'm so empowered to learn, that you find someone you want to align with, you find someone moving places, you're finding someone that is dreaming, that is thinking big, that has a vision. Like, I want to follow that dude because they have huge vision out there, and you're just ready to make it happen with them. And you're like, let's do this together. We're moving in a direction together. And it's so much easier to move in a direction together with a team than it is to have that one or two stragglers behind. So to find people that really have big, big success dreams, and that want to go out there and do massive creating stuff. And so when I was studying for this topic, I was really looking at some of the industry leaders that I either studied or
I don't know what happened there, Alicia. Uh,
Gary, are you there?
yeah, I'm here. Are we still live?
Cool. If I drop out, like just like take over, I think you can kind of join back in.
Oh, okay. Okay, I didn't know if we were still live or not. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it actually is still live. It'll stay live. I think it holds it for 2 to 5 minutes. So in case it like totally goes out, it like blanks out and it can come back.
Okay.
So I was going to ask you, what are some industry leaders that maybe you've seen or experienced that have admitted that they have fallen off, they have burned out, they have given up, they've taken a break even, or something that they've totally stopped what they were doing with their, momentum or whatever, growing their network marketing business? Can you name any names or
You
anybody with
referring that to me,
experience?
Alicia?
Yes, I was asking.
Uh, I would go with our great leader, David Wood. David Wood, he
Okay.
talks about uh, how he struggled for so long. Then, he lost focus and he quit. He actually quit, and he came back to it because this is an addictive industry. Once you do find success, but he just strived. He strived to do what it took. Even though it took him what 7 8 years to do it. Uh, he strived and strived and strived. Then one day he just gave up because he thought it wasn't for him. Then he came back to it once he realized that he was going to refuse not to be ordinary. So he came back, and now he uh, runs a multi-million-dollar company. Paying out over $100 million to all of his affiliates within a 2.5 year range. So that's crazy. That's crazy. I've never heard of anybody doing putting up those kind of numbers in anything. Uh, but yeah, that's what I got.
That going, what are the big profile of their earnings or of where do they keep that out there in the open? And it is enlightening that Empower Network has a income disclosure page where you can see that live. And when you go to some other companies, it's kind of hidden and it's hard to really find. I've really tried to research that well in some of the companies, and it is amazing to see the results and experience that he shares from going from nothing and broke, you're crying on your bed. And truly, I would hear stories from his last wife that she really gave him a lot of hope and encouragement going through those tough times of saying you can do this, and that just that support just I know went a long ways with him, and empowering to be with someone going through that, because a lot of people don't survive relationships and stuff going through that, and then they left for other reasons, but um, foreseen, and I'm glad he did share some of the reasons why he did leave his wife and on his public blog, and people are still learning about that, as well as my life. We're kind of going through that, and finding the different ways of being able to get past that. So speaking back, I found another industry leader, and there's a couple that David Wood has experienced too through his life that we shared, learning about his, and I find that I don't know if you remember Mike Dillard. Do
Yeah,
you know Mike
yeah.
Dillard? Well, he did the same thing. Let's see, he built up his magnetic sponsoring, and then really close after the he got his wife and had a kid, he stopped the business of magnetic sponsoring, or really in the network marketing industry, and went a different route of kind of like a direct sales totally, or what do you call it? Just a different kind of type of industry. And he had a huge, big following in that. And now he's kind of coming back and saying, I love the network marketing industry and I'm trying to make it for. So he stayed his claim like in January or something that he's coming back. But I haven't really seen him in, a lot of presence online on what he's really coming back with. It's just he's trying to gather his own team. And I don't know if he's coming up with his own business or what exactly. He hasn't really made a whole lot public, and I don't know if you've heard too. So it's real interesting to see some of the leaders that do come back, and how they do come back out of making maybe a huge big company that back again. And I think that's a lot different to see than someone who's never had success before and just burned out because and then come back. So I think there's a lot of two different ways to build it. Like David Wood was in the fact that he never thought he could make it big, and yet he figured out a way to get past that in order to make it big. He's tried every single thing, in the box, and knows a lot of strategies, and has learned from a lot of other industry leaders and their experience to do that. Any other leaders that kind of stick out for you?
Uh, like I know different leaders. I don't really know their backgrounds. Just by what I see on YouTube or whatever. But I know David Wood personally because he's our founder. So of
Yeah,
course I'm
it's
going
good
to know
to
about him.
know to study him, and he shares a lot of stories, and that's why it's good to go through the Costa Rica product because he does explain a lot of that history. So that would be a product to go back and review. There's 2 or 3 lessons in there that really give a good overall history, and it gives some good industry leaders to look at as well. There are another one that you might know this one. Do you know Eric Worre?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
oh yeah.
Did he go through like a burnout or fallout that you
Uh,
remember?
I believe he was the one that would like write a speech down and like say it over like 500 times. Was that him?
He's done a
So
lot
that
of stuff.
he do it like the back of his hand. I think it was him.
Cool.
He would
Yeah, it's
listen. He would.
funny how we hear some of these leaders and what do we know them for? Kind of what sticks out. I know people say that about you too, Gary. What do you want people to remember from you? Because you just dream big on those cool glasses tonight.
I just want people to know me as me. Know me as the guy that wears dream big glasses. They might not even really understand or know why I'm even talking about what I'm talking about, but they will remember. Hey, you talking about the guy with the glasses that got dream big on it? Yeah, that's him. So that's kind of one trigger I'd like to put install into people. Just like you with your pink and power hat there. Uh, yeah, I just think it's good business, man. It's a good way to people can remember it better. Can relate to it, I guess.
Right. Can you turn the lights back on, sweetie? That's what people want to remember for your vision, for
Right.
where you're going. And because Arkansas do big things from people talking about you, your team, who you're being around, and whose lives you're changing. And not only that, I think people see testimonials out there and really see which ones are real or not, and see the true lives that are being impacted. I think that's why what makes David Wood so powerful because of the heart he shares and the different lives that he's been able to change. And you just hear that on several different audios on the way that their lives are changing, whether it is emotional, it is income level, or you know I don't want to say spiritual because he's never really admitted like spiritual facts, but your really true mental being. And a lot of times when you talk about your mental side, it touches your heart in a way your spiritual side. I know they want to be on the hangout
Right.
too.
Right.
They're making an
Um,
impact.
I think the only thing David has touched on as far as spirituality is, the fact of him being a Mormon. I think he said he was a Mormon preacher there for a little while.
Yeah, from family
But
and
yeah, going back to the vision thing, being able to speak your vision and speak your drive, your motivation into people, I totally agree with that being, a core why, and influencing people to join you or buy your product or whatever you're doing. You may have a cause, to raise money for a fundraiser to do like Lawrence Tam, build a school over, what was it, Uganda? Is that where it was? But yeah, it's just the true, uh, just expressing yourself in a way that people can relate to. Like you said, people want to follow a leader. They want to follow somebody that they're saying, hey, I'm going to be here at this time. I'm going to make this amount of money in this amount of time, no matter what it takes. You know, no matter how bad it gets, or you know, however long it takes. You know, I'm going to make it. You know, that type of mentality. That's what people. That's what people want to hear. That's what they look for. So I know that's what I'm doing. I'm sure that's what you're doing. You know, just trying to speak light into people, because what we have here is very special. There is no other company like us that would just say that kind of stuff. You know, that's kind of so a lot of people may see it as in a left field because it's so emotion driven. You know, people may say, "Oh, that don't really matter. Just give me the strategy. How, you know, give me the PPC strategy, or what I need to say on video. You know, how to do this or how to do that." But really, you know, that's irrelevant. You know, that's only like 10%. You know, of what it really takes. You got to have a core drive, a core why you're doing what you're doing. You know, and I know mine is to help people just like me. You know, get out of a job. You know, get out of, you know, having to go to work when you want to, you know, have to go to work. You know, leave when they tell you to leave. You know, go to break when they tell you to go to break. You know, you can't take vacation when you want to take it because they don't want you to take it. You know, stuff like that, revolving everything around work. You know, I know how it is, and I'm sure you do too. And 90% of people are like that. So if I can change at least one person, you know, then I know I've done my job, I've done my part. But I know personally that I have to motivate people in order for them to realize, hey, I need to change. You know, I need to start dreaming again. You know, I need to join Gary or Alicia because they're going somewhere. So
Yes.
go ahead, I was ranting there a little bit.
Hold on. I'm trying to figure out which one am I in. This one's live. I have two windows and I'm afraid to shut down one. I think it's very specific when people will join people when they're very specific in their vision and goals. Like he's very specific, get 2 people in, and we're going to get 10 people in by the next event. And he sets very specific goals. And when I see leaders like Eric Worre, he's also specific in some of the goals and stuff he sets as well. I'm not sure if you see it in every video, but it comes out a lot on very specific goals. And people that claim the same specific goal and are very specific in their message, it becomes a lot more powerful in a way that people will move with you because they see that you're very clear, very specific, and you tell them exact instructions of what's going to happen. Whether they know the how to or whatever, they know that's the direction we're going. And I think that's important to clarify that a lot of people that do get burned out or do give up, they have lost that clarity of what they truly want, lost that vision of the specific goal that they wanted, going, you know, 2 people is too tough, or they just don't really see that specific goals or something. So being very clear, very specific, and that is the lesson 1 in the 15K formula. You have to be very specific, down to the touch and the smell of what it's going to taste like when you reach that success dream.
Exactly.
So that is it's very specific.
Exactly.
There are a couple other aspects that I wanted to cover going through a burnout. There's several different strategies that he taught and discussed that I've seen over and over in the industry, and a lot of people don't quite pick it up all the way. And it's something to really think about, and I think a lot of people over-analyze it before they even start doing it because they first of all haven't clarified their vision or goal. So once they have that clear vision that we're going to get 10 people to the next event, I don't care if it's you got 1 person in and they bring 9, you get 10 people to the event, which I think I'm pretty close. I don't know. I'll have to see what happens when I get there. But then you've got not only the specific goals, but is how people suggest that you do that. Some people say, oh, no matter what, make it happen. And then they share, this is what works for me. And if it doesn't work for you this way, then find a way for it to happen, in which most time it clarifies. So there's like two different goals, and I tried to explain this in one training, and I'm not sure if I was really specific. One was, you know, you're the offline person and you love talking to people and you have a Rolodex of people that you already know you're going through. So like on your phone, you can kind of see how many contacts you have, and you go through all your contacts and you have a relationship with them. So you're going to go through a burned out list, right? Of finding those contacts. So then they're like, okay, I've burned out my contacts. Now what? And then you're like, okay, I've gone through online strategies. I love doing videos. And then they find out all the video strategies. And either they don't do it or they're not consistent enough, or like they're doing Hangouts and they're just do it so much they're burned out and really don't see results. Have you seen that picture where like the caveman is struggling away for that gold, and they're like the wall is so thin that they give up like an inch before they reach getting out on the other side, and they already pulled back?
Yeah, that's a very good picture, really. You know, it has a lot of meaning to it, and it happens a lot in life. You know, I mean, like I know, when I'll tell you a little story. When I went to college, when I first graduated high school, I got a partial football scholarship to a junior college in Kansas. And, you know, I went down there, I was focused, right? You know, I wanted to play, you know, football, you know, I wanted to go pro, you know, and, you know, that was my dream. And, you know, everything was going great. Then a week before our first game, I tore my ACL. And it was a setback, you know, but I didn't go through with it. You know, I was wild, you know, I was young and I was, you know, 10 hours away from home, and, you know, I was hurt, you know, I couldn't play ball, the reason why I was there, and you know, I kind of just threw it away, so to speak, you know. But you know, I just wanted to share that because in that picture it shows, you know, the guy with the pick, or the what's it called, the axe or whatever. And
Yeah.
is that it?
No, it's a picture of her on the fumes.
Oh, okay. Oh, cool. You sure are pretty.
That's how we never give up. We keep our old pictures. As
Cool. Hello, Alicia. You still there? I think she having some internet problems, but oh, okay, there you are. You're back. But yeah,
almost.
the the moral of that story I was telling, you know, about the guy picking, you know, digging away, trying to find that gold. You know, he gets to about a foot of his goal, of his dream, of finding it, and he just quits. You know, that's kind of what I did with my football career, right? Um, but yeah, if I could say anything about it, you want to just keep driving each and every day, even though you may not see the results when you want it. You know, you may be putting all this time in, and you know you're not getting what you want out of it. But you always need to keep driving. You always need to keep pushing. You always need to listen to positive people talking. You know, positive audios. You know, because whatever you put in your mind, that's what's going to come out when you speak. Your actions. You know, everything that you do is what controls. You know, what's in your mind. So you want to absorb your thinking and positive messages, right? Because you act the way your subconscious acts. What your subconscious knows, that's what comes out. So that's my input on that. Alicia, you keep going on what you're talking about.
That's very, very positive because inside the masters of Empower, you can tell as well that the audios honestly save a person's life. Um, if you are in that deep depression and there are certain ailments, diseases, in fact, several that go through depression, and they need to have that positive audio or this audio to learn from different success stories to what people think of snapping out of it, or other people would claim it be brainwash you in a way. And I think Lawrence has used that term. You've got to use these audios to kind of brainwash you into that kind of thinking. And I went through that with reading Tony Robbins' book and going, every time there is a negative thought, even I went through the power intensive class, it was like put that rubber band on you. Every time you think about that, snap it, and you just snap it out of that negative thought or that negative being there to do it. But yeah, we need to find that other one. Where it is. And that just doing that one little trick will help you, enlighten you to get that snap out into those audios. There was another, I don't remember his name. I want to say it's between two leaders that I really learned a couple other strategies. I don't know if it was like a big text guy from this, what do you call it? This other juice company or something. And I really learned a lot of his strategies and the way they snap out of, or I think more in the vision of where they were going. Sorry, we're having some earphones troubles in here. We're trying to figure out how to double all this. I don't know, girl. So there's two different other industries that I was learning from, and they shared that you were, I think even David Wood shared some of his goals and stuff that, can you hear me, Gary?
Yeah, I'm here.
I don't know. My daughter did something with the earphones.
Where's the other?
Are you there? My daughter's messing up the computer.
Yeah, I'm here.
I'm trying to get it to sound.
If you said something, I don't know if I could hear you.
Yeah, I'm here.
We're both trying
Can you hear me? No?
Can you hear me now?
Hello? Huh?
Okay.
Can you hear me?
I think he can hear us. Can you hear him? Can you hear Gary?
I can hear.
You can hear him, but I don't think I can. Oh well. If you can hear Al or one of the other ones, he explains that he can be like this big guy, and he was going to create 20 diamonds. He was like determined. And one of the stories I shared was like if someone was determined on joining him in this vision, was a powerful, powerful story in being a true leader yourself. And when you are going through these burned out strategies, you're looking for that mentor, looking for someone that's really going to push you to the limits. And so he remembers that you really pushed him to the limits, going, are you serious that you're going to follow and do what I say to get you to that limit? And it might be in a book you read this, and he sticks them underwater until, he says that, are you sure you're going to listen to me? And he pulls them up, until you, yeah, sure, I'm going to listen to you. And then he pulls them back underwater. I want to say it was longer this time, until he really, struggled for air to come up. And then struggled, are you sure you're going to listen to me? It's like probably like a sergeant would do to you to push your limit on your life, like not to kill you, but in a way that you are breathing for your life to be able to survive, and that you're going to listen to this leader who has your life like on dangled breath, right? And that is kind of like the stick to it. I'm going to follow you because my life is in danger. That kind of importance in order to get you to the next level. And when you have that, stop messing with the computer, you have that leader that's going to push you to the limit to put you. No, we are the sound, girl. And then you like see what you're really gonna do. Pictures. Oh, the Google effects. I don't think any of the apps are working here. The computer's too slow. You got to give us some apps, Gary, because we can't make the funny sound apps.
Okay.
Or I don't know what other the Google effects do, because she loves those. I can find them, girl. Google's messed everything up. It might be that one. It won't open. So have you heard that story where a mentor has pushed you so far? I think also I've seen several people will go to different events as well and do crazy things to get them to really, I don't know, think out of the box and get you to follow in a way to push you to the next level, which is trying to be a little angel over there. And I think that I was just practice and like walking on glass and eating fire, and I don't know, I would call going down a zip line would be kind of crazy too. Just doing those kind of type of push to the limits edges of your life would have you think of yourself to be in a bigger space. Have you done any of those type of events or type of thinking that really would push you, like you're following a mentor in a way that you're pushing your body, your mind into a new limits, new limits that you didn't know that was possible?
Oh yes, definitely. Of course, you know I'm more of the video marketing type person. I'm pretty good at it now, but my mentor Brian Couch, he really pushed me to become you know, better on video, because he just really sold me on the idea that, look man, I'm signing people up, you know, your results may vary, you know, income disclaimer, but you know, he at the time I think he was making like $30,000-$40,000, you know, just by making videos. You know, he told me that, you know, man, make a video, you know, do your keyword research and everything, you know, key it to a certain audience, and you know, it only has to be 2-3 minutes long, and you know, let people hit it. You know, it'll be working for you 24/7. You don't have to talk to nobody, nothing. And you know, he told me how to do it and everything. I'm just like, golly, you know, I got to do this. You know, I really stretched, because my first video was terrible, man. I swear, it took me like an hour or two just to you know, even hit the record button, because I was just so nervous. I was so nervous, and even during the video, I'm just like pacing and I'm messing with myself, my nose, and I'm just like, you know, like doing all this stuff and like not really. I'm just experimenting. I don't know. At the time, I didn't know, but you know, I got better at it. You know, I did 10, 20, 30. Then eventually, it just came natural. I know what to say. I can just pop it on, and it's like, hey, you know, just go with the flow. You know, not even have to, you know, script anything. But I can remember when I first started, that was a pretty good stretch for me. Just being able to do that alone, because I know a lot of people, you know, won't do that. My wife won't. You know, my wife won't get in front of a camera, and she does all kind of public speaking. Like here in my hometown, she does public speaking for domestic violence, because she's a detective here in Blauville. And she gives speeches all the time, and she does all the public speaking. She teaches officers how to do public speaking, but she is terrified to get in front of a camera, just like right now, and I don't get it. She can speak 10 times better than me, but she just she just won't get in front of a camera. It's crazy. But yeah, that was one of the times I've really been stretched.
Oh, yeah, that's great. Yeah, that's inspiring me too, because there are so many people that do speak well and are in different environments, and then the camera, for some reason, you have to like sneak it on them or something to figure out, going, why is that such um, a fear for so many people? And
Yeah.
and you see my daughter, she just is a ham on it, you know. No fear here. We're Miss Princess all the time. Stealing it or not. And that's kind of where you have to be, is as being in a different environment. I think like that is so powerful in a way that puts you in a different mind thinking and situation
Right.
that
Right.
puts you in a place where you go beyond yourself. And so if I put her in front of a lot of people, be on stage or something, she'd probably be terrified. But see, hanging out here on a hangout and being on a video is no problem for her.
Arr,
we're making all sorts of stuff fun. And so it's really, truly, I think, the environment that you put yourself in front of and visualize yourself to be in front of. So that's why many people are afraid of the stage, and yet some people come so easily and natural to them. It's totally opposite on some people. So it is different. It's totally in the environment. And even when people do I think the speeches and the different things they do, they also go in a way where they visualize what location it is, how they're going to walk up to the stage, where they're going to stand, where the people are seated, where they can move. I mean, they visualize and they know all these little aspects to be able to visualize their speech. So I think it's very enlightening to know there are all these specifics, and being very specific about what they need to get them to the new direction. We're just having all sorts of fun tonight. Did you find them too, Bailey?
where's this question mark?
You're the confused one.
He is too.
You think he's confused?
You made a good point. Let me throw this in there. I think a lot of people try to plan too much. They try to learn everything first instead of just taking action. You actually learn by experimenting, by going out there and just doing something, even though you may not know 100% what you're doing or if you're doing it correctly. But that's how you learn. You trial and error. But I know a lot of people are
There's
scared. They're scared to even try because they're scared to fail. Fear of failure. Um,
action in a way. You're trying to give that to me. That it's gonna happen. You just take action and don't worry about what's gonna happen. There's so many people get afraid of hangouts and how they're going to present themselves, and you just can't work out that. Just do it, and just do it. And that's where I think people get too stuck on the how was going to perceive, because unfortunately cats won't work. The little stuff like that, Hearts with the Cats, won't work because we're not going to do the hangout right. You get stuck on the little stuff. It's not working. I'm just not going to do it at all. Well, you can't. You have to get past that. Maybe the Hearts or the Cat won't work, and just move on to something else, like the graduation hat. because we're going to
Right.
graduate to the next level, bring in 10 people to our business
You
that
are.
thinks hangouts are so much fun to share our vision and our life and where we're going that
That looks much better.
you need to try that hat. Oh, we switched hats. She'll never wear my hat. This is my
Too
hat.
boring.
I know. So, move on to the next direction. It seems like there was another leader that I was going to talk about.
Can we turn down the sounds and
Hey, one more thing.
just make us hear it? Can you do that and take off?
One more
Yeah,
thing,
Gary.
Alicia.
I can barely
Huh?
You know, a lot of people struggle because they fail to do a daily action plan. You know, people here to make money. If they're here to make money, you know, which everybody's not. You know, a lot of people have a cause or whatnot, whatever they're trying to do, promote or whatever. But you know, a lot of people are here for money reasons, and the whole point behind it is, you know, you want to establish working part time, you know, getting paid full time, you know, so working, you know, 2 to 3 hours a day and getting paid, you know, like you work 40-hour week. You know, that's the whole point. You know, you have to make a daily action plan. You know, which could be whatever. You know, blogging, making a video a day, promoting it. You know, every day, reading, audio. That's what I do. All these things that I'm naming. That's what I do. Uh, all these things are essential because it's the small battles that equal to, you know, your ultimate goal. If it's $100,000 or $1 million or whatever, you know, you have to win every day on those small battles in order to get to that ultimate goal. So I just wanted to throw that in there before we switch gears there.
Very true, because a lot of people come in here and ask me, you know, are you full time or part time? And I was like, look, I am a full time mom, full time in the business. And you
Right.
have to know your daily action plan that even a person that works part time or even full time can do this business full time and still be successful. And some people don't understand that there are certain things that you do in that daily action plan to make sure that you hit those different levels. And so it's very encouraging to make sure that people understand the full aspects of the industry in there. Another big network marketer leader that stuck out to me, and I don't know if I say that she's really in. I've really seen a burnout, but I've maybe seen a different direction. And the one that is in that stuck out. Can you guess? Can you guess? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm here.
Cool.
Why is
Her
there
name
two
is Ann
aliens?
Sieg, and she is in Arkansas as well. She might be near you, actually. Not sure specifically where she is in Arkansas, but she's lived there years.
What's her name?
And Ann Sieg, the Renegade Network marketer, and she was really big in organic search. She did a huge blog, a lot of ebooks, um, and paid ads, like Google ads on those time when Google was really big. I don't. I don't know if she kept it up. She might still have her account and have a lot of Google accounts, but I don't remember. I haven't really kept up as well now. And I'm not sure if she really went through a burnout, but I think she understands a lot of the changes in the industry as well. So I went and studied her to understand some of the network marketing aspects or from her aspects because she takes, they're in the car, I'm sorry. They are along the side of a professional outlook into it. They are really boring, to my opinion. So don't quote me on whatever you think is boring or fun, because you know David Wood's like fun beach, crazy dude. And Ann Sieg is the professional woman, um, you know, straight. All her stuff would be slideshows, very professional looking, all neat. Go read again. And it's kind of attracts that type of person. So I think you also learn, who the person is on who it attracts. Be crazy, you're going to attract some crazy people. If you are fun and whatever, you're going to attract the same type of people. But if you learn from her and her networks of who is attracted to her, you can find a lot of different things. And I want to say she is the one person that I've seen around that I really haven't seen like a fallout or a burnout. And I think I've seen maybe just through maybe some of her ad strategies that she rewords some stuff that's not very attractable to me or something. I don't know. And just this last year, kind of just the way maybe some things were perceived in the industry. And there's a couple of other names that go strong with Ann Sieg that you'll find are kind of in her clan, and we'll follow that. But that's one person I really haven't seen like a burnout. I've seen her really big back in the industry and then just kind of not as active, but she still has her presence out there. So that's, I don't know if you call that like a burnout, but when people like go successful and then they've reached like a plateau of momentum, and you see shutters, and you see that they don't really have to like do as much anymore or be as their presence anymore, I guess. Like a lot of people, like I think like Jonathan Budd did a whole lot of videos, and then all of his channels got shut down. You didn't see anything for a long while, but his presence was still there, in his blogs and other aspects. So, and I think that's kind of like how Ann Sieg was. Like her presence was still there, but she, wasn't as active as she was. So I think that's another way that you've seen some burnout. A lot of other leaders and that has been in Empower Network has been in like the fallout. So like Toby and Layla, they just had a baby, and they really haven't been as active promoting Empower Network since they've been to like the last event, last 6 months or so. They've been kind of, laying low and kind of kept in their presence. They're having their baby, but it hasn't really came back. So I think they're ready to grow some massive campaigns and grow strong in that. And Landon as well, he totally was doing strong videos. His presence was still there, and he stopped his main strategy, which was some Facebook ads, and totally stopped it. And then we were like, where's Landon? He was like lost in Facebook and everything. And then you see him come back, and David Wood recommended him, and he was able to speak and share that experience. That there was one leader. I want to tell you, Gary, I'm going to just share this experience. I don't know if I'm echoing or what because I don't have my headphones in, but this dude, I don't know, has surprised me over and over, and he's not active in the industry now. I don't know why. I don't even know if I can remember his name now. But he could build up any business he wanted. Like, he knows, like, he could do blogging, he could do YouTube, he could do whatever online strategy. His main thing was, I think, Facebook. He really found some really good secrets in that and could build up his really targeted campaigns at Facebook. But Brian is another Brian. Cole, have you heard of him? I don't know.
Brian who?
You have?
Brian who?
Cole?
Brian Bowl.
No, it's a C. He could build up any business, but he's not active now, like at all. I think he went back and is working at Pizza Hut. I really don't know. I don't know what he's doing now. He can build any business he wants to. It just blows me away. How people can just come in, build any business they want, and then totally leave out. And you can build an online business no matter what you want, be very specific is the strategy that I want to leave with people here tonight, is that you want to be specific in the goals, the outcome that you want to create, the success stream you want, and go and specifically reach out and do that. The reason why I think I have not been as successful as I know I can be is because I haven't set specific, clear goals for myself to be out there. And now I've handwritten them, I've declared them. See, I wouldn't for a long time even posted or shared anything of my specific goals and dreams out there. Even though I've been in the industry, I've done tons of videos, I've done tons of blogs, I'm really narrowing down and saying, you know what, I am going to conquer this SEO strategy, and I'm going to figure out where I need to put the right links in order to rank in the right way. I'm going to make sure that I am very specific in the strategy and the goals and the specific target audience who I want to reach and help. And I really didn't understand that specific target market that I know I can reach and where these type of people are, and to reach out there and share with them my vision and share with them my goals and dreams that they have, I want to say, and hope, or something to look forward to, and bringing a team and saying we can do this. We're reaching to that same goal or specific strategy. So share real quick before we end this hangout, any last tips, any last strategies or goals, anything specific that you want to share that helps people just stop the burnout process in their business to help them move forward.
Definite purpose plus definite plan equals desired outcome. That's all I got.
It's really simple, and people overanalyze this way too much. And I love how you're so simple, Gary. That's where I really connected with you, and I'm so glad we've been doing this thing together. Where do you see the story? We need to go finish our reading chapter 2, the story, and so we need to say goodnight to everybody. Can you say goodnight?
Peace.
And so we have our success dreams, and we want people to join us in our vision to get to Charlotte and make your success dreams happen, my friends. Reach out to success dreams, no matter what way you do it. We are going to dream big and help you any way we can. And we've listed out some names, not taken for word. This is just kind of from my experience and goals, and you need to study yourself on the leaders in the industry a little bit more. We all do. We need to see, we want to hear your name, not only just Alicia Stringer and Gary Stewart. You need to hear some more names in the industry and say, what is their background? What do you really study and dig up online, and see what's happening with them, because people, you will see their vision move over and over, and the hangouts they do, the more action that they take, because you will see the people with massive action out there, massive campaigns, where you see their names over and over. Big dream to success dreams, my friends. Have a good night.
Bye, peace.
Bye.